Uy, meron pala nilabas si POCO na bagong phone. Actually, hindi na siya sobrang bago, no? Lumabas to towards the end of April. And this is the POCO M8s 5G. This phone is flying at around mga nasa 10,000 pesos. And alamin natin, no, kung how good tong phone nito. Would it be classified as a mid-range, lower mid-range, or upper budget phone? Pag-usapan natin. So, the usual a POCO na box is yellow. Lagi namang yellow. And this is a M8s 5G. So, itong phone na ito is already 5G capable. So, wala kang may problema if you want faster internet speed. So, buksan muna natin. Let's see kung ano itsura niya. So, we have yung kanyang sleeve. Isa yun, nandiyan ang kanyang SIM ejector tool. We got yung user guide niya and warranty card. And of course, andyan ang kanyang jelly case sa color gray, grayish black, malambot. Andito yung phone. We also get a charging cable, A to C, and a 33 watts na fast charging brick. So basically, kompleto naman siya. So labas muna natin yung phone, and this is how it looks like. Parang mukhang familiar yung kanyang camera bump dito. Mukhang Samsung. And by the way, itong POCO M8s 5G, yung kanyang 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, ang kanyang SRP, 11,999. Pero nagkaroon naman siya ng sale as low as 10,500 pesos. Meron pa siyang higher variant, 8,256. Ang kanyang presyo is 13,999, pero nagkaroon din ng sale at 12,500 pesos. More details on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para mere-direct kayo at mambili nito ng original. Huwag kayo paligoy-ligoy, iwas tayo scam, and pag kinlik mo ang YouTube shopping link natin, chances are baka makakuha ka pa ng mga voucher sa akin na worth 2,000 pesos, 2,200 pesos, or 2,500 pesos. Depende sa pagbigay ni YouTube, hindi ko siya kontrolado. Napag-usapan naman natin kanyang design. This is a very simple design and I feel na medyo may kamukha siya sa Samsung. I just can't really remember kung anong model pero halos ganito ang kanyang itsura. Let me know sa comments kung sino kamukha niya. Now, expected naman natin na this one has a plastic back. Matte finish siya so wala kang makikitang fingerprints. We have a plastic frames as well. Sundutin ko kung expandable. Well, good news sa inyo. Pwede ka maglagay ng isang SD card plus isang nano SIM na 5G or dalawang 5G na nano SIM. Hybrid ang tawag dito. Now, we have a glass protection dito sa harap. I'm just not quite sure kung anong klaseng glass protection na meron na dito. And this one gets a IP64 na dust and water resistance. Pag pinansin mo kayo ng bezel, hindi naman siya sobrang nipis, no? Tama lang, pero medyo mas makapal lang pagdating sa kanyang baba. One thing that I like dito is feels good naman dito sa aking kamay. Now, if you want the full complete spec sheet nito POCO M8s 5G, share ko sa inyo. Na kung pag-uusapan naman natin ang kanyang daily performance, honestly, not bad naman ang kanyang multitasking. You can probably open any apps naman dito sa kanya except na rin mga medyo heavy na apps like mga 4K video editing, hindi na niya kakayanin. Pero if you're doing mga daily tasks like opening Word documents, spreadsheet, or PowerPoint presentation, PDF, yeah, walang problema dito. Playing Spotify, doing your AI dito, well, honestly, walang problema. It can even play games naman para sa'yo. Meron pa naman siyang game turbo mode dito, except that you cannot play mga AAA games dito. Just a word of warning. Pero other than that, nakabukas naman tayo ng mga 5-6 na apps dito, sabay-sabay, hindi naman siya feeling naglalag. Probably the next thing na gusto mo tanongin sa akin kay, ano nga ba processor meron dito? This one is being powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6S Gen 3. So probably meron ka ng expectation, meron ka ng idea kung hanggang saan kaya mo perform itong chip. Eh pag tinignan naman natin sa AnTuTu benchmark, meron siyang 635,000 points. And kung gusto mo makita mga ibang benchmark na ginawa natin dito sa phone na ito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, isa sa pinaka-fineflex itong phone na ito is yung kanyang battery. It has a 7,000 mAh na silicon carbon na battery. Take note at this price point, and it can charge up to 33 watts of fast charging. Of course, meron din siya reverse wire charging. Pwede siya maging power bank na 18 watts. So you can charge your other devices in case of emergency. On day-to-day usage sa phone na ito, ginamit ko naman siya as my daily driver. Ginamit ko rin siya pang tethering ng hotspot. Wala akong naging problema dito sa kanya, and it can probably last you for 2 days if you're just using it regularly as your main phone, as your backup phone, wala kang maging problema dito sa kanyang battery. Honestly, makunat ka ng battery, and nung tinesting ko to sa PC Mark na battery stress test, 24 hours ang kanyang screen on time. Now, unang labas na itong phone na ito, it's running HyperOS 2 inside Android version 15. Pero kamakailan lang nakapag-update tayo into Android version 16, and it's currently running HyperOS 3. And one thing that I like naman dito sa kanya is very generous ang kanyang screen. It has a 6.9-inch na AMOLED display. And take note, ang kanyang refresh rate can go as high as 144 Hz. Take note, up to 144 Hz. Hindi siya lagi 144. So, most of the apps naman, alam naman natin na can support mostly 120. So, yung 144 is up to. So, just to set your expectation. 850 ang maximum brightness, and if you're just simply using this one on outdoor, wala kang maging problema dahil kaya naman niya mag-display ng mataas na brightness para mabasa mo lahat ng mga display dito on outdoors. Now, if you're using to phone ito, primary pang social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, pag nagsiswipe ka naman ng reels dito, honestly, mabilis naman siya. Wala akong naging problema dito as long as hindi crappy ang iyong internet connection. You should be swiping smoothly. Na pag-load ng mga shorts, mga reels, mabilis naman. And technically, ganun naman ang experience ko, no? And by the way, guys, yung kind of 5G connectivity dito, mabilis naman. Nakapagsagap naman ako sa Globe and Smart, wala akong naging problema. And if you're watching naman dito, like sa YouTube, sa Netflix, you'll be able to get quite a decent na display dito sa kanya. Dahil AMOLED naman ang kanyang display, is hindi naman siya IPS LCD, so therefore yung kanyang display is sharper and punchier compared sa IPS LCD. Now guys, pag-usapan lang natin quickly ang kanyang sound. Now this one only has one loud firing speaker dito sa ilalim, pero itong kanyang audio can kick as high as 200% ng kanyang maximum volume. O guys, tingnan nyo, 200% ng kanyang maximum volume. Pakinggan lang natin. Well, honestly, yung kanyang sound is just okay lang. Nothing really special. Hindi naman siya stand out. Siguro mabibitin ka if you're listening to music on Spotify kasi isa lang kanyang loudspeaker. Just to set your expectation. Now guys, naglaro naman ng dalawang game on this phone. So just to give you an idea kung kaya ba niya mag-gaming. And so I did play Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, well, honestly, pa naglalaro ka at its best graphical settings na pwede mo iset dito sa kanya, normally makita mo naman dito sa kanyang frame rate na counter, umabot naman siya ng 60. Pero there are times na magda-drop siya to around mga 45, 47 based pag medyo nagka-clash na. And mafe-feel mo talaga at times there are some lags, no? Of course, this is a 6S Gen 3. This is not a powerhouse na chip like yung mga 7 series, 8 series. So, yung expectation mo, you should be putting it to somewhere na papasok dito sa phone na ito. Overall, kaya naman na mag-game sa COD M, except that probably you might need to lower it down a bit yung kanyang graphical settings. Umabot ako lang just 36 degrees Celsius dito sa phone na ito, which is not that hot naman. Pagdating naman sa PUBG Mobile, okay din naman ang gameplay ko dito. Sinet ko rin naman sa best na kaya na. Ang priority ko is frame rate. And most of the time naman, pag tinitingnan ko kanyang frame rate counter, naglalaro naman siya, nag-hover at around mga nasa 60. And pinaka-lowest na napansin ko, based sa aking monitoring, ang pinakamababa na inabot niya is just parang mga nasa 55. Gameplay overall is good, except na medyo mabibitin ka sa kanyang sounds kasi just one loud firing speaker. So probably you might need to put on your favorite TWS para mag-compensate dito sa kanyang sound. Pero overall, mas playable ang PUBG Mobile kaysa COD M based sa aking experience. And pinakamainin na na-achieve ko dito is nasa around 38 degrees Celsius. Now quickly, pag-usapan lang natin kanyang camera. This one has a 50MP na main camera sensor. The other one is a 2MP na auxiliary lens, and probably this one is a sensor. Kaya na mag-shoot up to 1080p and 30fps, and yung kanyang harap is a 8MP na front-facing camera, also 1080p and 30fps ang kaya na i-shoot. Now, kamusta naman itong phone na ito if you're trying to take some photos on outdoor? And pagdating sa mga greens, honestly, medyo darker tone ang napansin ko dito sa kanya. On most of these shots na nakuha ko, medyo a little bit darker yung mga greens nito, pero hindi naman siya yung OA na so sobra yung kanyang pagka-dark. And pansin ko medyo mas madilim konti ang kanyang attack compared sa other cameras at this price point. Pero there are some shots naman na pag medyo maliwanag, makakuha ka ng maganda. Pag medyo makulimlim, you'll be getting a little bit darker shots based sa aking experience ha. And tinry ko naman kunan ng picture din si Ming Ming, okay din. Kitang-kita naman mga whiskers na dito. So, quite not bad ang kanyang details. And nung dinala ko naman to for indoor photography, mga subject shot, okay. Mabilis naman siya mag-focus. Didn't have any problem. Just of course, don't expect it to be super sharp. Maganda yung kanyang colors. Well, this is just a very basic na camera. So, I'm not putting too much expectation naman dito sa kanya. And trying yung kanyang zoom, this is a normal shot and this is a 2x zoom shot. Okay naman, you can still read everything dito after zooming for 2x. And mga food shot naman na kinapture ko dito sa kanya is okay. Hindi naman siya sobrang kaakit-akit yung photo. Pero at the very least, I would say it's quite decent naman for a food photo. Taking some outdoor na selfie shot, I would say na tama lang. Nothing really stand out naman sa mga photos na ito. And if you're trying to take some indoor shot naman, expect mo it would be quite soft yung kanyang details. And I did try to take several shots naman na indoor. Talagang soft lang talaga siya. Just to give you an idea kung hanggang saan ang kaya na mag-perform. Now, here's a quick video sa kanyang front-facing camera. And here's a sample video from yung kanyang rear camera. Now guys, ano masasabi natin dito sa POCO M8s 5G? Actually, this phone for me, if it's playing at around mga nasa 10,000 pesos, okay na okay siya as your daily driver. Ba't ko nasabi yun? Kasi yung kanyang performance is for me quite good. Meron na rin siya 5G. Except that hindi lang siya talaga yung sobrang wow factor na get yung sobrang sulit na specs dito sa kanya. Ang basically, ang habol mo dito sa kanya is makuha na kanyang battery. You can play mga basic games like ML, PUBG, and si Honor of Kings. And third is you get a 5G connectivity din dito sa kanya. Overall, if your budget is playing at around sa 10,000 pesos, you can easily consider itong POCO M8s 5G. Now, if you want to know kung saan nyo pwede mabili itong phone na ito, I'll pop the link on the description box below, or you can just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para makakuha pa kayo ng voucher para mas mura nyo pa makukuha itong phone na ito. So of course guys, don't forget to like, subscribe dito sa akin channel so you don't miss out ng mga review na medyo rare like the POCO M8s 5G. So paano guys, hanggang dito muna ako and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.